Hello there, welcome to today's video. We're going to be working on my SR20 MX5 NC drift car and debatably making it the most unique MX5 NC drift car in the world. But I'm going to let you guys in the comments decide that at the end of the video. But let's just get working on this thing because I can't wait any longer to see how this thing is going to look. So today is starting like any other day in the shed by moving cars and making space to work on. But I will say we do have a bit of a plan to sort out this situation, but you have to wait till another video to find out what's going on there. Hiya, Rocky. Again, another splendid day, as you can hear the trickling of the rain on the roof.
Torrential rain, and it's also nice and warm.
I'm not gonna lie, that didn't do the cold much justice. There wasn't much cold out then. Maybe your breath's just frozen as it is.
Yeah, my internals are just cold, but it's nice and cold. I'm actually one thing I'm very excited to do is mess with the heat gun, because I can just like heat gun myself.
Right, onto this thing. So you may remember this car from being in the background of every single video for the past year, I would say. That we've had a lift to store this car pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it has to be rent at this point. So that's today is going to refresh it. We're going to pick the engine up very soon, and it should hopefully, everything should just work.
So before we actually get into what we're doing in today's episode, for those of you that haven't been following the channel of recent, because this car hasn't been in the channel for recent, I'm going to give you guys a quick update from where this car started to where it is now. So the story of this car starts just over 2 years ago when the world went into a lockdown and we couldn't do any traveling for our vlogs or the company or hold events. So myself and Dave hatched up a plan to build 2 professional drift cars to become professional drift drivers. And this behind me was the car that I chose. It's an MX5 NC or Mark III, whichever you like to say, and we bought it bog standard for €1,000. But it didn't stay bog standard for very long because pretty much as soon as we bought it, we stripped every single bit of it down to a bare shell. If you want to watch that project in detail, we made a playlist on YouTube that goes over all the details and disasters and everything that went along in that project with mine and Dave's car. But to give you a quick rundown of this car, instead of using the standard MX5 engine, we took that straight out, and actually that's now in my road car, because if you're a recent viewer, you will know that I blew up my road car engine and we actually still had the engine from this car and I put it in there. But to replace the engine in this car, we chose an SR20, which wasn't easy to put in. Nobody's ever done this before. It's a world's first. There's still not one to this day, and probably for good reason, because they watched our videos and realized it's an absolute disaster. I would say the only thing standard on this car is the front wings and the dashboard. Everything else, to give you a quick rundown on it, the differential got changed to an RX-8 differential, which is a little bit stronger. Because of that, it had to have a custom prop, which links to a Samsonus gearbox, which then links to the SR20. And at the front, we're running BC coilovers and a full custom destroy or die lock kit, which now is actually in production, but it was actually designed for this car, and this was the first car with that lock kit on it. Our good friend Ryan Morton pretty much moved into this shed for, I think it was around 3 to 4 months. He was working full time on mine and Dave's car. He did all the welding fabrication, he tubed the front, the rear of the car, put the fuel cell in, a full custom roll cage, and I even made that more difficult for him because I wanted stupid gussets everywhere and stupid door bars, but I don't regret anything because it looks phenomenal, I think. That's the basic spec of this car. After it was built, that's when a few disasters happened and engines blew. It says low oil pressure again. Props split, gearbox mount split. Kind of, it had a lot of bad luck, which is why it went on the ramp for so long. It was kind of the annoying car that always just kept on braking. And there goes the engine. Again, this car's barely had an up. I mean, it won its first battle and then straight away the diff mount broke. Or at BDC, for the first time I was feeling confident in the car, and then the engine blew. So every time I kind of feel comfortable in the car, it always breaks, annoyingly. But that said, it's a new year, we have some new products, and hopefully we'll build it up to be the car that it always should have. That was the very quick, brief build breakdown of this car. But if you want to know more, drop us a comment below, and I will try to get back to you with as much detail as possible. Just whilst I have you guys' attention, as there seems like there's a hurricane outside with the noise that's going on. We have... That didn't work very well. Let me try that one more time. Boom! Much better that time. So we have two garage banners that have been updated to the Drift Games store. Now, these were the banners that we did in the mystery boxes about a month or 2 months ago, but due to high demand, we got them back in stock. If you're interested in purchasing one of these banners and want to spruce up your garage or room or wherever you choose to hang it, these are €35 each, and in my opinion, the best banners that we've had to date. So grab them quick whilst they're still in stock. Give us a tag on Instagram to show what you've done with your banner. But enough about banners, because we've got a misery mobile to do. So back to that. There is a reason why the standard doors are here, but we'll get to that later on. So now you're up to date with the car, we can get into what we're doing with it today. But Adam is going on a little adventure. A little
adventure. I can't reveal everything just yet because I don't know if I'm going to get the parts just yet.
It's going to be exciting.
You have a plan out in your head, and if it works, it'll be very, very cool.
But if it doesn't, then that's just...
And then we'll just cut all this out and we won't even see this, and none of this will be relevant, but...
If you see this, wait till the end.
Yeah.
So, as you can see, we have a new body kit for the car. We have front bumper and side skirts. So this body kit is from a company called Firefly, which is based in the UK. And the reason I said at the start of the video why this is going to be the most unique MX5 NC drift car in the world is because no other drift car has this kit. Actually, only one other car in the world has this kit. This was the first kit out the mold from Firefly, and it's going on this car. The MX5 NC, in my opinion, is kind of like the forgotten child, because whilst the Mark 1 and Mark 2 got loads of body kits and styling bits made for it, the Mark 3 kind of got nothing. Which is why I'm so excited about companies like Firefly making kits for this car, because I think it kind of gives a new life to the car and more options of what to do with it. Right, I've been looking at this kit for far too long, looking at pictures we've had it in the shed. So there's only one thing left to do, and I can't wait to see this. Let's get the kit on the cars. Credit where credit is due. Anybody that has fitted a fiberglass body kit will know how much of a ball ache sometimes they are. But like, this is with absolutely zero modifications apart from drilling holes for it to be fitted. Like, as far as a drift car goes, it doesn't need to be any better than that. I think this is genuinely on. The only thing that isn't on is the bumper bar. So obviously, because this is a drift car, it's not a standard car, it's not made for the standard cowling or anything like that, we somehow need to get the bumper bar in behind here somewhere, which will probably mean cutting into this and here, and there's going to be kind of a modified look with the bumper bar probably going through there, which in my opinion looks fairly cool. But now this is on, I think it's time to get the side skirts on. By no means am I a professional at doing bodywork, but it's something that I've tried to do myself over the years, and it is something that you can do yourself. Just to know, it does take a bit of time and a bit of patience. As you can see, I've got these little pop latches. The reason why I'm putting these on, it's easier to put on and take off the side skirts with these. I had these on the original side skirts on the car, and they work pretty good for taking the side skirts on and off, so I decided to keep them on these new side skirts. Few little fiddly bits doing the skirts, as you can see here with the arch and everything like that. That probably needs to be cut so that will sit more flush that way. But as far as fitting a fiberglass kit goes, this one was, shout out to Firefly for making life much easier for me, which for me is always a good thing.
So, as I mentioned, I was heading off on an adventure, and it was a two-part adventure. Actually, as we head along here, we pass along a tour of Flexprint. That's where we get our clothes made. But yeah, back to the point. I was on a two-part mission. Part one, successful. Did get the bits I needed. Didn't show you, because I'm going to let Josh explain when we get back to the shed what I did actually pick up. But part two is head to TH Components. So TH Components are fiberglass and kind of body panel part manufacturer. Also in Navan, we're picking up some lips, some skirts, some damaged pieces from the Verosa that we need, some new fresh pieces for Josh's MX5. Just arriving at TH Components now. Let's see what I can pick up. You might need some panels. So, underskirts, lips, canards, all in stock. So, my two-pronged mission has now turned into a three-pronged mission. Josh was on me there and is in desperate need of some tyres for the front, some steering tyres for the front of the NC drift car to get it rolling on the new strong wheels. So, Tyre Box have come in and saved the day, last minute as always. So Sean is currently picking two steering tyres off the rack. I'm on the way to Tyre Box, gonna pick them up, get them fitted and keep Josh moving. In the depths of Tyre Box here, picking out some tyres for the front of Josh's car. But as you can see from all around me, the guys here have everything in stock, loads of different sizes, from budget tyres up to super performance tyres, up to drift tyres, up to competition tyres, everything. Jeep tyres, tractor tyres, everything you need, all available on the Tyre Box website. Give the guys a call. They have drivers on the road daily. There are stacks on stacks on stacks on stacks of tyres. As far as the eye can see, there's tyres. So, Tyre Box, thank you so much for keeping us on the road. Thank you so much for getting us out of a hole today. Thank you so much for all your continued support. Loads of different brands here, but one sticker I did spot, and I've absolutely no idea what it means. A radar run flat. I've heard of run flats, but radar detected run flat tyres? Who knows? They've even got them here at the Tyre Box. It wouldn't be an Irish tyre dealer if they didn't have a cow shed right beside. So, come get your tyres, come see some cows. Great place. Tyres sorted. Back to the shed. Finally.
So before Adam comes back, I've taken the front bumper off the car again, hoping to fit the crash bar and try and figure out what cuts need to be made to fit said bumper. Okay, I thought it was going too good to be true. So the bumper bar is made for a entirely different bumper, so it was naive to think that it was going to fit, and well, after many cuts, we're still not there. But Adam has arrived back.
After my long travels.
I was going to say, it It was the morning when you set off. It's nighttime now.
It was a lot of. You sent me on multiple different ways. So, do you want to bring them in?
Me and Adam have both got bad backs at the moment. One from I fell off my skateboard, and Adam.
I was doing incredibly heavy lifting of putting the number plate in the Spirit Ray car, and I popped my back.
Not quite as extreme as a skateboard. And mine's justified, I would say. Here we go. Oh. Steady. It's not even heavy. You may have noticed all the strum wheels across the floor. I'm going to put them to good use and put them onto the car. And we need front tyres for them.
I'm not going to make a big deal about my back being sore.
Honestly, Adam, you made that look tough. Honestly. Right, let's be careful with this.
If you've seen the way the lad launched this into the van.
Let's put this down here. You may know what this is.
It literally says polycarbonate on it, Josh, so I hope they do know what it is.
I'm going to fill you in of what my plan is with this. You've got a lovely job. It's a bit chilly in here. You get to use the heat gun. So as Adam's taking off the wrap, I shall fill you in what's going on here. So what is the big plan with this? So, here we have the standard doors that came off the car, and they are pretty heavy. A few years ago, my good friend Peter Nielsen came along with the idea of putting polycarbonate on the doors to make see-through doors. See where I'm going with this? And I think enough time has passed for me to be able to copy that idea. I've also asked for permission, and he said that's absolutely fine. So the next question is, will this work? I have no idea. His doors were 180 doors, these are MX5 doors. There is a quite severe kink there, but we're kind of in a no-lose situation because we have the doors that are already on the car as backups, so we can kind of cut away this skin and in the inside skin and everything, and even if it doesn't work, it doesn't really matter too much, and if it does, we just made some cool doors. Let's get cutting. So it may seem stupid using this to cut out little holes here, but a little trick that Ryan Morton taught me is when you're angle grinding, it creates a nice rounded edge that you'll never get with an angle grinder. So door is pretty much done. Not going to lie, a lot more to it than I first expected because there was these big bars in the way, and I've just made a whole pile of mess. As per usual, may have had one or two meltdowns because I can't do it. No! It was a stressful time because I wanted to keep this for the door handle, and then that needed to come out. That was a big bar that went across, and no grinder would fit it, and it just got to the point where, yes, I did scream out embarrassingly and shouted, but it's done now. Right, need to cut the polycarbonate out and hope this idea works because I'm fairly committed at this point. So this is the first time that I've done anything with polycarbonate or anything like this. As you can see here, I am showing a bit of a confused face because I didn't really think it through and I just kind of dove in. But I kind of just jigged the door around and rolled it and kind of got a rough template. Anything that I was unsure of, I just left a little bit bigger, as you can always make adjustments down the line. So, as every video that I do that involves me doing stuff pretty much ends in a mess and overrun.
It's like the inside of an MX5 has exploded all over the shed.
I don't know how a door can make that much mess. I mean, a door's only a small bit and then somehow...
I don't think it was the door's fault.
You think it's my fault? Taken on board.
We made progress. We made a Batmobile.
It's a little baby Batmobile. And we could be mean and end the video here, but we're not going to do that because we teased far too much. So we're going to let this run until tomorrow so you guys can have a proper finished look of this. So back at it again. And there you have it. Oh, see-through doors. I'm not going to lie and say getting to this point was easy because it really wasn't. The footage didn't actually do it justice of how difficult it actually was. Adam's face, on the other hand.
It's been 48 hours and it's been an emotion.
Emotional to say the least.
How many breakdowns do you almost have?
I think I'm on my 7th. But the main thing is see-through doors.
We've got to just glaze over that and like, it actually looks savage.
You know what my favourite thing about this is? So when Ryan Morton was doing the cage, I made him put these gussets down here. And he said nobody's ever going to see them.
But when you flip the car, like it's...
Hey, this car's never getting flipped. Okay, there's no passenger seat, so I'm not going to be how I want. Oh my god, this is ridiculous.
The funny thing is on the camera, it doesn't like... just to make sure... Like, there is clear film there, so...
Oh, I wish I had done the driver's side so I knew how it would have felt, but...
Yeah,
so when you're like going to like rub someone's door, someone's rubbing your door, this is going to be... I didn't think this through. I've got a new excuse for being absolutely terrified. One thing we haven't actually acknowledged yet is the front bumper going onto the front bumper bar because...
Oh yeah. That was another thing I came in this morning. And I left you late last night with the grinder.
I kind of glossed over this in the footage, if I'm going to be honest. I don't. Yeah.
I left you with the grinder, and you'd cut away a bit of the bumper yesterday to make it fit around the bumper bar, and then.
Realistically, if you got a bumper bar made for a different bumper, don't try and fit another bumper with that because. Yeah. A bit. You know what? I'm going to claim this as I meant to do this. It looks cool. Like, it's kind of. I'm going to get this repowder coated, so you're going to see the pink through there, and you can show off your fancy bumper bar. We put an aggressive splitter on. That is.
Yeah, the TH splitter. I kind of went a bit far out with it. I think it looks class.
Yeah, I said, "Are you sure it's not too far?" And he said, "Absolutely not."
I would have went further with it.
And one of the last things to show off is the DS05s, which we didn't say anything about, and I think they look incredible on the car.
Really, really good.
Maybe on the front, a slightly smaller size, maybe the 9 instead of a 9.5, but overall, as a Hurricane enters outside.
Yeah, we're like, we'll do a bit, like, get a roll out of the shed and get like outside shots and be different because we've been in the garage the whole video, and Ireland became Ireland, and it's like a hurricane for the last like 24 hours straight, but here it is.
Let us know what you think in the comments. So at the start of the video, I said, we are building one of the most unique MX5 NC drift cars in the world. That's what Jeremy's
In the world.
in the world. Thank you very, very much for watching this episode. And Adam, what should they do?
Like, comment, subscribe, watch, rewatch,
Who are they?
share,
They'll be watching already.
share, comment, re-comment, tag your friends, family, mothers, mother-in-laws, uncles, aunties, uncles, and sisters.